Don't you just wish you could sell petrol online? Well, you can't. But for the things you can sell online, this conversation is exactly for those items, either your brand or your product, your services. How well are you maximizing the online space? Talk about SEO, search engine optimization, all those, in quote, big terms will be broken down on the show this morning. And we're joined by Henshaw Jacobson, digital marketing professional from our Abuja studio. Good morning, Henshaw. Welcome to the Morning Brief. As I said earlier on, all of this, well, some of those products obviously can be sold online, but for the ones you can sell online, for the brands you're able to put online, what should the average person understand about the online space? Because we all want to be prominent. We all want to trend in that sense. You all want your posts to get clicks. But first, why is it that what you want is not what you get most times for a lot of people? What are the mistakes that people make, Henshaw?
Okay, thank you so much. So the first thing, people need to understand that social media is a social platform, so it's not like a marketplace. So one of the mistakes I see people make is coming to social media just to sell. It's a platform that you are actually supposed to bring value, and then from your value you attract people, and then you'll be able to sell to them, because nobody wakes up in the morning and pick up his phone, I want to go to Instagram or Facebook to buy, except they're actually looking for something. So most of us are using social media is for social connection, to relate with people, to know what is happening. So that's the first mistake that people make, thinking about social media as a market platform. But if you begin to see it as a platform that you need to create value, you need to let people, first of all, know you, like you before, trust you before they can buy from you. I think that will solve a lot of problems. So there's a process to it, just like I mentioned. People need to, first of all, know you. They need to like you and they need to trust you before they can buy from you. And then another mistake that people also make, thinking that when they run adverts, they are going to just get all the sales like that. Because social media marketing, when we are discussing digital marketing, social media marketing, you need to understand marketing first before talking about the tools. So it's a combination of you understanding marketing and then understanding how to use the tools. So most people, they just focus on how to use the tool, the platform, just making posts. They don't understand marketing. So the basic of marketing is you being able to create something of value and then packaging it in a way that people will like it, and then selling it at a price that people will be able to afford and then pay for it. So those are some of the things people make. And then so someone, for example, you want to promote your events or your program, and they just go online and be running advert. There are so many other events going up. So what would make me want to leave my house, come to attend your event? What will make me want to buy your product?
Right.
What will make me leave other things and then join you? So those are some of the mistakes people make, just thinking about, okay, yeah, let me just go and do advertising, I will buy, without understanding the marketing, without selling something that people want to buy. So those are some of the mistakes that people make. There are others who will share as we go ahead.
Certainly, but I think it's as simple as this. It's about the followership. People just want that followership one way or the other. And that's actually the big question a lot of people have been asking. So let me just put it straight to you. For those who are saying or thinking, why is it that my followership is not growing? I've been at 100 followers for 2 years. And now I'm at 102. 2 is not bad in the space of 2 years, right? But first, what's the best way to increase your followership count? And I understand that some people buy followership now. Is that a right way to go?
Okay, on buying followers, I will not even tell my enemies or advise them to buy followers. So most times you just get robots on Instagram, and that's a very bad investment. So you are paying for something for robots who don't exist anywhere. They cannot buy your product, they cannot engage, they cannot even refer you to anybody. That's very, very wrong. I will not advise anybody to do that. So most people who are doing that, maybe they just want people to feel like they have some level of followers, or maybe for social proof. But for some of us, we're able to tell. So that's why you see someone have millions of or thousands of followers, and then the engagement, and you look at the metrics, very, very poor. So that's a very wrong way. But growing followers, if you look at, let's just look at some of the people who are gaining traction online, and then see what do they have in common. They have content. So people just want to blow and they don't want to grow. They don't want to put in the work. So first of all, you need content. If you just think about some of the people that are trending right now, that are driving conversation on social media right now, whether it's TikTok, Instagram or Facebook, X, they're all creating content. That's the main thing. That's how we'll talk about bringing value. So if you're creating content and then you're consistently putting out that content, of course, you're going to attract people. So if you, let's say, I want to go into fashion, for example, I need to start creating content around fashion. I need to start creating content. Marketing is very, very important. You need to start creating content that people will see as value, and then from there you attract people. So the next thing you can also do is content distribution. There are some person that we got to know today just because a particular person reposted them, or some platform mentioned them, or they got featured on some XYZ platform. So it's one thing for you to create content. It's another thing to get that content seen by the people that want to see that content, and that's the content distribution comes in. So you need to be able to create content, one, valuable content, and then you need to also be able to intentionally put that content in front of people that will see and then that will like. So that's where you can begin to partner with other people, maybe influencers, some other brands, and then get their content on those platforms. And then use so many other strategies like digital advertising. There's a lot of them, but first thing, you need to create content and do that consistently. Valuable content that people want to consume, not what you like, what will solve problems to your target audience, and then be able to distribute that content, and then be able to use other strategies like paid advertising to get the content seen. Because just like you creating a product or open a shop, or you want to sell a product and you have a shop, right, and then you don't open it, people don't come, so it's not selling. So content should be able to treat your content as a product, get it seen by other people, and then you attract people to you.
I'm glad you said valuable content. I think a lot of people take it for granted that anything is content. Looks like anything is content these days, but we also need to think about our society. Are we really adding value, or we're just putting out stuff for views and clicks? But I want you to speak to artificial intelligence and how it is changing the dynamics, right? I could just sit down, ask AI to develop content for me, a shoot plan, even the camera angles, distribution plan, the captions, even generate images and videos for me, and I've not lifted a finger in that sense. Well, yeah, I have. But to what extent are you seeing artificial intelligence change the game, and how can people leverage on it as the case may be?
So in terms of productivity, getting things done as fast as possible is really helping a whole lot, so you can quickly get things done. But then again, there should be a balance to it, because sometimes I'm in a meeting and having conversation with somebody that is supposed to think, somebody that I expect that this person is creative and is thoughtful, begin to pick device and trying to go to AI to get all of those information. So it has helped a whole lot, but then again, we should be able to balance it. We have a brain. Everybody has a brain that can think and then create something. So AI is helping a whole lot. But I wouldn't also want people to depend on it, because at some point, your creativity will be down, and then you not have independent thinking again. You won't be able to think for yourself. So AI is powerful. It's a thing that I think everybody should learn it and then grow with it. So you can use it for productivity, like get it done exactly. So there's so many of them out there that they can use for anything. But the powerful one that, in terms of, let's say, copywriting, for example, it's helped a whole lot. So for me, for example, I like to put that human touch into whatever I'm creating. Maybe I'm telling a story, and then I can use AI maybe for proofreading or maybe for reviewing, but not completely depending on AI to generate ideas. I can use it for research. I can use it for like proofreading that I mentioned, but depending solely on it is something that I will not encourage.
Well, Henshaw, it looks like a lot of people are already neck deep in it. And, well, for some people, they can tell when you've used AI for things. But for some others, they can't tell. And that's the majority, so people don't mind. Since the majority can't tell, I'm good and fine with it. But on a final note, getting paid and making sure that you make money off it, what's the appropriate way to price yourself, your services online? How do you come up with that pricing that is appropriate quickly as we wind out?
Okay, so for someone like me, I've been in the digital space for over 8 years now. So I know things that I've done. So I know the kind of training I've done. I know my value. But then you can also look at it's about value exchange, and you also know life is about negotiation. So is your value and what you're able to negotiate, and also industry standard. So you also look at, okay, other people, what are their pricing? So it's, at the end of the day, it's about what you're able to negotiate.
Right.
That's why sometimes you bring this consultant to work with. They charge you XYZ amounts of money, bring another person, they charge you. So it's about their value.
Right.
They build the brand over the years, and they end that, they pay their dues.
There you
and
go.
then they're able to negotiate it. So that's it basically.
So make sure you're able to negotiate well, create value, and it should be a rosy trip for you. We have to thank you so much. Henshaw Jacobson is a digital marketing professional. Thank you for walking us through this very tricky space called the internet. Wish you the very best.
Thank you so much.
We'll take a moment now, and when we return, we have The Artifact coming up for you next. You wonder what that is? Well, stay with us. We'll be right back.